Okay, well, my Yamaha FG700S arrived today that I bought from Amazon.com, and this is the official unboxing. Okay, this is how the guitar arrived. It arrived in this kind of semi-triangular box. First of all, I want to say that this particular guitar, although inexpensive, has had many good reviews on Amazon, Musician's Friend. I've even read a couple of independent reviews on the internet talking about what a great guitar this is for being an inexpensive guitar. Now, the reason I purchased this guitar was to be a beater guitar, or one I could take camping, you know, the old campfire guitar, the beach guitar, that kind of thing. You know, I certainly didn't want to bring a $800-900 Taylor out camping or to the beach or anything like that. So I was looking for a nice inexpensive guitar, and this one had a lot of good reviews and is actually kind of aimed at the beginner. But supposedly the action is nice and the tone is nice and everything like that. It cost me $199. Okay, so this is how the package arrived. I have read people who have ordered it from other places where the package actually arrives in a box, but this one arrived with just the guitar box. I inspected the box. You can see there's a little ding here on the corner there. We've got a ding to somewhere along the line, but other than that I don't see any major dings on the box. So this will be the first time that I've opened the box and looked at it. Okay, I already cut the tape so that it saved me some time, but here is the contents. Okay, the guitar is not wrapped in bubble wrap, as you can see. It's wrapped in some type of very thin styrofoam, and the guitar arrives upside down. I would expect it to be right side up. So let's pull it out and take a quick peek at it. Here we are. And then I'll give you some more in-depth analysis of the guitar once I've actually unboxed it. The guitar, supposedly has got a solid spruce Sitka top, and of course the sides are laminate, i.e. plywood. It's a pretty good look, pretty looking guitar. Rosewood bridge. Of course the saddles are plastic and the nuts plastic. I might upgrade those at some point in time. Now if I examine the front and the back, everything looks good, not any dings or anything like that. And much to my surprise, I think the action is going to be pretty good. So let's tune this bad boy up and see how she rolls here. Alright, so we've been officially unboxed. I tuned this bad boy up. I checked the intonation on it even, and the intonation is right on the money. Oh, right on. So far I'm pretty happy so far. Now, the feel is pretty good. I mean, the action, as far as I can tell, all the way up and down the neck is pretty good, and that's even without any tweaking. And I know when I tweak it, I can get it even better. And the sound is nice and fat. It's a little bit more mellow than the Taylor, but it's not a $800 Taylor. This is a $200 Yamaha. But so far, so good. Yes! Okay, here's a look down the neck of the guitar from the headstock end. As you can see, the frets look very level. If you follow the edges on either side, there's no twisting. And if you run your finger down the sides of the fretboard here, you don't feel any sharp edges, which is pretty remarkable considering what an inexpensive instrument this is. Another way to look at this is we'll look at it from the bridge end too. Alright, so when you look at the neck from this end, I don't see any frets that look higher than any others. And again, if you look at the sides of the neck, you don't see any twisting, which is wonderful. The other thing on an acoustic guitar is the bridge tends to want to lift after a period of time. And it certainly shouldn't be doing it on a brand new instrument, but it's still, on a cheap instrument, something I look at. So far I'm pretty happy with the craftsmanship on this. The Chinese have certainly done a bang-up job so far. Alright, so let's look at this thing from head to toe. Okay, the headstock has got the Yamaha name on it, and a little fake pearl inlay there. It still looks okay though. And the neck is rosewood. And the top is a solid spruce Sitka top. And the sides are of course laminate, i.e. plywood. But so far it sounds pretty good. The strings that came with it are, from my guess, are probably lights, maybe 0.12 on the high string, and plays very similar to my Taylor. First thing I'm going to be doing though is changing the strings on it and putting some elixirs on it. But let me tell you here, let's take a look at the back of this thing here. It has die-cast tuners. There's a little bit of play with a couple of them, but nothing too major there. The neck is nice, smooth, plays well. The back of the guitar, free from dings. I don't see any seams or anything like that. It looks good. Alright, I only have one complaint really, and it's not even really a complaint because it's really not that big of a deal. But this guitar does not have a strap peg on the neck side of the body, like a lot of acoustic guitars do. It has one on the bridge side, but there is not one on the neck side. So that means that you would have to attach the other end of the strap to the headstock, and that would be doing things Elvis Presley style or Johnny Cash style, certainly not modern style, but I don't really ever put a strap on an acoustic guitar anyways, so it's really no big deal. Alright, so here's the Yamaha on the right, side by side with a Taylor 314 Grand Auditorium that costs 5 times as much. As you can see from a distance, they look fairly similar. But there are some vast differences, believe me. But as far as I could tell, the action right out of the box of the Yamaha is very, very similar to the action on the Taylor Grand Auditorium, which I have spent many, many weeks and months tweaking. So I'm pretty happy, and I'm sure that I'm going to get this Yamaha playing just as nice. There's no doubt about it. What I'm going to do for you all is I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the Yamaha and the Taylor, so that you can compare and contrast these two guitars. Now again, the Yamaha does have some shortcomings compared to the Taylor, but the shortcomings should really make absolutely no difference to you, especially if you're a beginner, or if you're looking for a nice camping, campfire, beach guitar, something you could take to a party and not necessarily worry about. Certainly wouldn't be taking an $800 Taylor to a party where there's going to be a bunch of drunks, or I might be drunk myself. But the Yamaha certainly does fit that bill. Okay, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the Yamaha FG700S with the solid spruce Sitka top, and the Taylor Grand Auditorium with also the solid spruce top, but also solid side, back, and sides. I said that already once. As I said, the Yamaha got a nice full sound. but it's just a little bit more muffled sounding than the Taylor. It sounds great. There's the open E on the Yamaha, and I'll compare and contrast that with the open E on the Taylor. Definitely has a little bit more sheen to it here. It has to do with the solid back and sides too. However, one thing I'm discovering is that the action on this Yamaha is a little bit better than it is on my Taylor. So that means I'm going to have a little bit of tweaking to do on the Taylor now again too. And like I said, the action even up at towards the body is pretty decent on this. Like that. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the Taylor so you can get an idea of how it sounds a little higher up on the neck. Again, I find that the Yamaha's got a little bit more bottom end to it than the Taylor. I kind of like that sound. But anyway, whoop, screwed it up. Something like that. So, this one definitely has a little brighter. A little bit brighter sounding. I'll play the same passage again here on the Yamaha. Well, I think my E string is out of tune. Nope. So here's the Yamaha. Playing a little on the middle of the neck there. The Taylor, Mr. Taylor only got the 1 kilo. And the name of that kilo is Snack Bar closing 15 minutes. You get the idea. Hey, that's smoke on the water on the Taylor, and smoke on the water on the Yamaha. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this review of the Yamaha FG700S, especially if you're thinking about buying one. If you're a beginner thinking about buying one, I highly recommend it. It comes with light strings on it, the action's nice, it's not a cheese cutter. I'm not gonna lie to you, your finger is gonna hurt until you get your calluses built up. So there is no substitute to just playing a lot, getting your calluses built up. But even if you've been playing for a while and you're looking for like a cheap guitar that you can take places and not have to worry about, it is a fantastic guitar. Now I don't profess to be a guitar player. I play the guitar like it's a freaking percussion instrument. But it does serve my purposes here. And I like this. I'm liking it. I would buy one if you're thinking about it. Yeah!